What if the world we live in, the ground beneath our feet, the clouds above us, even the space between the stars, isn't just something, but someone? Sounds crazy, right? But here's the twist. This idea isn't new. For centuries, philosophers, scientists, and dreamers have wondered whether the universe itself could be alive. Not like breathing lungs or beating hearts, but alive in the sense that it reacts, evolves, and maintains balance, just like any living organism would. It's one of those questions that sounds ridiculous at first until you start thinking about it seriously. Life inside life. Let's start small, microscopic small. Your body is made up of trillions of living cells. Each one eats, breathes, reproduces, and communicates. They don't know they're part of you. To them, you're just the environment, the world they live in. Now zoom out. Imagine we are those cells, and Earth is the body we live inside. Every mountain, river, and cloud becomes part of its anatomy. Volcanoes are its fevers, oceans its bloodstream, forests its lungs. When seen that way, the planet isn't just a ball of rock. It's a complex, self-regulating organism. And believe it or not, there's a scientific theory that says exactly that. The Gaia Hypothesis. Back in the 1970s, scientist James Lovelock and biologist Lynn Margulis proposed something revolutionary: that Earth functions as a single, self-sustaining living system. They called it the Gaia Hypothesis. According to Lovelock, all living things, bacteria, plants, animals, and even the atmosphere, work together to maintain conditions suitable for life. In other words, life doesn't just live on Earth, life is Earth. It's like saying our planet is a gigantic superorganism made up of countless smaller organisms. Think about it. The oceans regulate temperature, forests control oxygen, microorganisms recycle nutrients. Everything is connected in a feedback loop that keeps the planet alive. And when something threatens that balance, like rising carbon dioxide or mass extinction, Earth reacts, just like your body fights infection. So, is the Earth literally alive? That depends on how you define alive. Biologically, being alive means growing, reproducing, responding to stimuli, and maintaining homeostasis. Earth does all of that, just not the way we expect. It changes over time, it has cycles of renewal, water, carbon, seasons. It reacts to external forces, asteroids, solar flares, human pollution, and perhaps most interestingly, it seems to heal itself. When forests burn, new ones grow. When species die, new ones evolve. When humans mess things up, well, Earth takes a deep breath and starts over. If that's not alive, what is? But let's go even bigger. Now, here's where things get wild. What if the Earth itself isn't the only living being? What if the entire universe, galaxies, stars, and all, is part of something even larger? Physicists have long noticed that the universe behaves eerily biological ways. Galaxies form like neural networks. Dark matter connects cosmic structures like synapses in a brain. And energy flows in loops: creation, decay, regeneration, just like metabolism. Even one computer simulation showed that the large-scale structure of the universe, the way galaxies connect, looks strikingly similar to the structure of the human brain. Coincidence? Maybe, but it raises a haunting question. What if we are neurons in the mind of something vast? The living universe theory. Some modern physicists and cosmologists have seriously entertained this idea. It's sometimes called the panpsychic universe, the belief that consciousness in some form exists in everything. According to this view, consciousness isn't something that appears in humans, it's a property of the universe itself. Every atom, every particle has a tiny piece of awareness, and when combined, those pieces form higher levels of consciousness, like the cells in your brain forming you. So what if all of existence is just layers upon layers of living systems? Atoms inside cells, cells inside humans, humans inside Earth, Earth inside the cosmos. Each one alive in its own way, all part of something bigger, like Russian nesting dolls made of life. The universe's heartbeat. You might think the universe is static, empty space filled with random explosions, but it's actually full of rhythm. Planets orbit in cycles, stars are born, live and die in predictable patterns. Even black holes, those mysterious monsters, seem to follow laws that recycle matter and energy. Scientists have discovered a strange pulse in space, radio bursts repeating every 16 days. We don't know what causes it. Some think it's just astrophysics doing its thing. Others wonder, could it be the heartbeat of something cosmic? What if we're inside a living being? Let's go full imagination mode. If we are indeed inside a living being, then maybe galaxies are like its organs, black holes its digestive system, stars its cells of energy, and space itself its nervous system, transmitting information through light and gravity. Maybe the Big Bang wasn't a creation event, but just one cell dividing in a much larger organism. And us, we're part of it, microbes living inside a giant cosmic body, trying to understand our host from the inside. When you think about it, it's kind of poetic. We look up at the night sky searching for meaning, while the universe might be looking back at us through the eyes it created. Science or spirituality? You might say, okay, that sounds spiritual, not scientific, but the line between the two isn't as clear as you think. Modern science already talks about systems that self-organize, evolve, and adapt. From ecosystems to galaxies, everything follows similar mathematical patterns, fractals, feedback loops, and symmetry. Some scientists believe these patterns are not coincidences, but signs of an underlying unity. Call it physics, call it God, call it consciousness. It might just be different words for the same thing. A tiny perspective shift. Here's a humbling thought. If we are indeed part of a larger being, then what we do, polluting, destroying forests, burning fossil fuels, might be the equivalent of that being getting a fever or an infection. Every act of balance we restore, planting trees, cleaning oceans, might be its immune system recovering. So maybe environmentalism isn't just about saving the planet. Maybe it's about keeping our host and ourselves alive. But then, what about consciousness? If the universe is alive, does it think? Does it dream? Does it even know we exist? We don't know. But think about this. Your brain cells don't know who you are. They just do their job, firing signals, keeping you alive. Maybe in the same way, we are tiny cosmic neurons doing our job without realizing the big picture. And perhaps when humans look up and wonder, when we build telescopes and ask questions about the stars, that's the universe becoming aware of itself. The beautiful possibility. Maybe all of this is just a metaphor. Maybe it's pure speculation. Or maybe it's the closest we've ever come to understanding what life really is. Because life at its core is about connection. Every living thing, from bacteria to galaxies, is part of a system that depends on everything else. And the more we learn, the more it seems like there's no true boundary between living and non-living, just degrees of awareness. So yes, maybe we're tiny creatures living inside a giant cosmic being, or maybe that idea is just another way of saying we belong to something infinitely greater than ourselves. Final thoughts. When you walk outside tonight and look at the sky, remember, Those stars aren't just random lights. They might be the glowing cells of something alive, something vast and ancient. And when you take a deep breath of air, you're not just breathing the atmosphere, you're part of the Earth, and the Earth is part of you. Maybe that's the point. We don't live on a living being, we live within one. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to WiseUse for more deep, mind-bending explorations that make you see the universe a little bit differently.